providers to become active mentors and allies. The power of active listening. To become a mentor, a parent must first master the art of active listening. Often, when young people build up the courage to share their problems, parents immediately jump into fix-it mode. They over unsolicited advice misses the problem as trivial or say, back in my day we had it much harder. When you do this, you accidentally close the door to future communications. A mentor listens first to understand, not to reply. The first is ask before advising. Try asking, do you want me to help you solve this, or do you just need me to listen right now? Second is validate their reality. What might seem like a small issue to an adult, like peer drama or exam anxiety, feels like the entire world to a teenager. Validating their feelings builds a brick of truth. The second is navigating the digital Wild West together. We cannot talk about modern youth without talking about the digital world. Today's young people do not know a world without smartphones, social media, or instant gratifications. While this technology brings incredible opportunities, it also exposes them to cyberbullying, realistic beauty standards that feel body dysmorphia and contrast social comparison. Many parents react to this by trying to police or completely ban technology. However, isolation is rarely a successful long-term strategy. It often backfires, driving young people to hide their online lives. Being an ally in the digital space instead of acting like a warden, an ally acts as a guide. CO regulation over control. Instead of just setting screen time limit on an app, sit down with your child and discuss why endless scrolling makes them feel tired or anxious. Help them recognize the psychological signals of digital burnout. Create phone-free sanctuaries and stable household rules that apply to everyone, includes parents. No phones at the dinner table or no screens in bedroom past 10 p.m. When children see their parents practicing what they preach, they are far more likely to respect the boundaries. Dempsey TV, the algorithm, talk about how social media platforms are designed to keep them hooked and how the photos they see are often heavily edited or curated. Teach them digital literacy so they view the online world with a healthy dose of critical thinking. The next is the century of mental health. We are currently witnessing a global mental health crisis among young people. Anxiety, depression, and loneliness are at all-time highs. In the past, mental health struggles were often stigmatized, swept under the rug, or dismissed as just a past or laziness. As Ellie's parents have a monumental role in changing this narrative. The home must be a safe harbor, a sanctuary where a child can express weakness, fear, and sadness without the fear of disappointment or judgment. A child who is struggling with anxiety or depression does not need a lecture on how good their life is. They need a safe space to fall apart without feeling like a failure. Building emotional safety at home. Destigmatize vulnerability. Normalize talking about feelings. Share your own challenge and how you handle stress. When a parent admits, I had a really stressful day at my work today, and I feel a bit overwhelmed. it gives the child permission to be imperfect too. And second is watch your reactions. If a child makes a mistake, gets a bad grade, or admits to going something wrong, your initial reaction dictates whether they will ever tell you the truth again. If you react with explosive anger, they learn to hide things. If you react with calm curiosity, okay, we can fix this. What happened and what is our next step? They learn that you are reliable ally in times of trouble. The fourth is fostering resilience, the art of failing safely in in effort to protect your children from pain. Many well-meaning modern parents fall into the trap of helicopter parenting. However, over every move of snow lob repainting, clearing every obstacle out of their child's path. While born out of love, these styles can immediately cripple a young person's development. If a child never experiences failure, rejections, or disappointment under the parent's roof, they will be utterly ill equipped to handle the harsh realities of the adult world. Celebrating individuality over expectations. Perhaps one of the most difficult challenges for any parent is separating their own dreams, unfulfilled ambitions, and expectations from their child's actual identity. It is natural to want your child to be successful, to enter a high paying profession, or to follow in your footsteps. However, forcing a young person into a hole that does not fit them is a recipe for deep resentment, anxiety, and fractured relationships.